playing music when I was 6 years old. In my elementary school, they offered us two choices: recorder or violin. And I had really bad asthma, so I tried recorder and it was no good. It was bad. So I got the violin, and I ended up just really taking to it. I mean, I'm sure it was horrible at that stage. I'm sure I was squeaking all over the place, but I actually enjoyed playing it. So I just started to really get into it and take lessons and keep it up. And that just kind of, you know, melded me into trying new things. And I discovered piano when I was about 10. And then I was a really serious pianist, a classical pianist for a long time. That's actually what I thought I was going to be when I grew up for a while, until I got kind of burnt out on that. And I didn't really start guitar until much later when I moved to New York City, and I couldn't strap a piano to my back, and I didn't have any instruments to play really at the time, so I got myself a guitar, that classical guitar I was telling you about, and just would sit in my apartment and kind of screw around until I taught myself how to play. But I've always been drawn to music and drawn to instruments, and I've always heard a lot of music in my head. And as far as writing, I don't really know how I started writing. My mom swears that when I was a little kid I would sit around and just write songs all the time. I would sing songs about like blackbirds and just whatever, basketball hoops, whatever I saw I would just start singing songs about them. So I guess it started there, but really the first time I remember writing a song was in high school, where I would write kind of classical, very dramatic and emotional, angsty piano pieces, and you know, it kind of evolved from there. But I never thought that I would really end up being a writer. My first song on guitar actually was a song that I wrote in New York City after I caught my boyfriend cheating on me on the street. We were walking down the street, and this girl rolled up to him on rollerblades and threw her arms around him. And I was like, I don't know that girl. This is not a good sign. And I found out he had been cheating on me. So I had this guitar staring at me in my apartment for a long time, you know, kind of willing me to play it. I was really scared, but I got home and I was just so distraught that I picked up the guitar and I started to write this song that I actually still play to this day. It's called So Far Away. And I couldn't play it very well for a long time. I actually wrote it, and it was much too hard for me to do it, but I eventually kind of grew into it, and it's still one of my favorite songs to kind of pull out every once in a while and then just revisit.